Welcome back to World of Warcraft, Burning Crusade Classic Blind. Flying on out of here. Because we can. We've got a handful of quests here that we're working on. Just going to angle our way towards where we're going. We need to go to Bloodmaw and Bladespire and Circle of Blood. Just all over the area. But first, we got some ore here. I would obviously prefer adamantite, since that's actually more useful for me right now. But I'm not going to pass it up. It being fell iron, in this case. Heading right down here into Bloodmaw Ravine. We've got to weaken some wolves. Like that one. Right there. We've got this powder. Reduces the Bloodmaw direwolf's size and aggression. Also, this spell can be applied to the same wolf at the same time. It can be used on a hibernating wolf. Make him small. Seems to work in combat, so that's convenient. Oh my gosh, it's so tiny. I love tiny wolf. Amazing. There's a witch doctor over here, apparently. Hello? It's just a mask. Hanging out in some dirt. Ah, it's a troll. What are you doing? I see you. I'm sure it's fine. Shrinking. We're gonna leave them to it. We're gonna leave them to it. What we don't need to worry about right now is any of the ogres. That's not useful. Seems to only work very close up. And you're tiny. I'm just running around making wolves tiny. As you do. Got a defense level there. Even though we are technically level 70, our skills aren't maxed, so we haven't even reached that maximum potential yet. Here are skills. Tiny wolf. We're technically in combat. No, we're not. Blacksmithing we're still working on. We're getting there. With the 124 adamant ores we have, we could probably get a decent ways in that. Still not going to be enough to max blacksmithing by any means. Mining's done. Cooking, we only need a few levels. We just need some furious crawdads or something like that. First aid's done. Fishing we can get done whenever, probably. Let me just fight this lynx here while we discuss our skills. Riding is maxed for now. Because we haven't gotten 5,000 more gold. As far as the combat skills we actually use, defense is at 347, And pole arms is 349. And then I guess technically we use guns. So that's at 224, but that's not important. There was a while there we had crossbows. That only got to 41 before we switched back. We've never fired a bow, whacked with a staff, or thrown anything, or used a two-handed mace. All very interesting. We're good at talking. That's great. We're able to use all the different kinds of armor. As per usual. So yeah, only a few levels off. And then our only upgrades will be from gear and such.
Elune be with you.
The wolves are tiny now. That's fantastic. Any luck out there? I know that's dangerous work to be doing this amongst the blood maw ogres. If we can avoid the killing of any more animals, I'll be happy. Yep. I'm glad to hear that it worked. The fewer the number of nature's creatures that have to die, the better. With all that you've done for us already, I must say that I'm beginning to grow very fond of your company. Take care, Erickson. 10 gold.
May the stars
Nice. And now the only quest we have left here from Sylvanar is planting the banner. Suggests 3 players. It's also green, so could maybe get away with doing 2 players, but one me is probably still not going to be sufficient. But there is part of this we can do right here. We need to get a clan banner from one of the Bladespire champions. We found a Bladespire champion in a house here in Bladespire Hold, but didn't drop the banner since we weren't on the quest. So, presumably, if we go at them again, we can get the banner and be prepared to plant the banner at a later date. They're up here. Looks about right. Of course, it could just be a random spawn. We'll see. There's a cook. Yep, there's a champion. A little bit of charging in, and then switching back to Berserker stance. Speed things up a bit here. And there's the banner. What's this banner? Top North Maw Tower inside Blood Maw Hold. Portrait of a clawed boar is prominent on the banner. Okay, well that goes in the quest area. Is that a magical broken tablet here? A roasted boar with an apple and a teddy bear. You have a fascinating collection of items. And we've killed them. Okay. And just like that, we are gone. We got what we needed here. Should probably scout out this location. Take it south. What are the chances? South to Bloodmont Outpost. Ah, it's actually south to Bloodmont Outpost. Okay. So it's a slightly different place. The North Maw Tower. So, presumably, that's the northern part of Bloodmaw. We have this other quest here. To go up towards the Circle of Blood. So we shall. We're basically there. Yeah, all these dead dragons is very, very impressive. Dragon's End. Sure looks like it. Sure looks like it. Although we have seen there are more dragons, like, up there. The end of these dragons, at least, I suppose. Circle of Blood. Oh boy. Here's this guy. MacLeod, the Wizened. Grok said that I am wise. I don't know about that. Perhaps it is because I'm the only one in my clan that's truly trying to save us from annihilation by the Bladespire clan, and Gruul and his sons who are backing them. As you have come to deliver us from certain doom, warrior. Here's a agent here. Stuff's going on. They're gonna kill Gron soon. Covert operation against Gron proceeds as planned. So on the outside helping us now too. That's me. So what's the plan here? There's got multiple quests. Gorlock has 2 skulls. Magok's treasure chest. Even Gron have standards. Based on what we saw earlier, somebody advertising that they wanted to do some group quests. These could be all group quests here. But we will see what these all entail. Gorlock has 2 skulls. I mean, a lot of you guys have 2 skulls, so that's not too surprising. To the east, at the terminus of Dragon's End, is the Cursed Hollow. Therein, Gorlock, son of Gruul, plots his dim-witted schemes. I heard that one of his possessions was stolen from him through trickery. Was that you? Unfortunate that he was not slain in the process. If we are to regain our freedom, I'd have you take his most prized possession, a dragon skull, for when he rejoiced in his father's slaying of the Black Dragonflight. The only way you'll get the skull is to vanquish him. Retrieve Gorlock's dragon skull, deliver it to MacLeod the Wizened, atop the tower, at the Circle of Blood in the Blade's Edge Mountains. Suggests 5. My goodness. These are another son of Gruul. Pretty sure we dealt with one of those guys down here around Oshigun. So if he's the... That was also 5 players, so that checks out. The Dragon Skull. Oh boy. Magok's treasure chest. On the Razor Ridge, above and to the southeast, Magok patrols. His father assigned him as the warden of the eastern mountain range, and he revels in terrorizing any creature that gets in his way. As a son of Gruul, he must be done away with if my clan is to survive. That's where you come in. Magok carries a treasure chest with him at all times. Prove to me that he has been slain by bringing me his precious chest. Feel free to keep whatever you find within it. There's another son of Gruul. Next treasure chest. Atop. So this guy is above and to the southeast. I think I saw him walking around earlier. Even Gron have standards. Are you familiar with Shatrath City, warrior? Above it, to the northwest, is a place called the Barrier Hills, which you can only get to upon a flying mount. One of Gruul's sons, Slag, exiled himself and took control of the Gorduni ogres that reside there. Even at such a distance, we cannot afford to leave him in peace, lest he return when the rest of his brothers have been slain. Carrickson, he must travel there, bring back his standard as proof that he has been dealt with. Slag standard. These are all just a whole pile of 5-player quests. And that last one wasn't even technically here. We have 2 skulls, treasure chest. This one is in the Barrier Hills, above and northwest of Shatrath. if we've been to the Barrier Hills. Northwest of Shattrath, you say? Why don't you check that out? And then we got... Yeah, that's all group quests still. Nice pile of quests from this guy. Even one where you need to be able to fly. So presumably these are all 5-player level 70 quests, basically. So that's interesting. Let's go grab some quests over here. I think there's a town over this way. This is the Cursed Hollow. Well, you've never been to the Cursed Hollow. There he is. Gorlock, level 70 elite. Oh boy. Yeah, not gonna mess with that. That sounds like a mistake. Run, Wild. Somebody running past. Okay, here's the town. They should have some more stuff here. Quicker movement. Here we go. The Evergrove. Doesn't even have any symbols on the map here, even though it has tons of quests and a flight path. So that's interesting. Let's see what we can get up to here. There's at least 5 quests. And there's also always the possibility that some of these guys have multiple quests. Let's see what we got. They're with the Cenarian expedition.
What brings you here?
Let's see what we got here. A time for negotiation. When we arrived in the Ranwild, the worm cultists were keeping themselves to Blackwing Coven through the tunnel to the west, but now they're encroaching upon us here. I need you to find the worm cultists' overseer. He's known to make a regular patrol between their various camps in the Ruined Weald. Negotiate with him. Let him know that there's room for compromise, that we will not condone or allow the wholesale slaughter of the wildlife, nor the felling of all the trees. I see you negotiate with Overseer Noir. Okay.
We shall meet.
I'm not convinced this negotiation is going to go well. But we can try.
Greetings.
Creating the pendant. The Arakoa of Ruined Weald elevate from their flock the harbingers of the Raven, the heralds of their god. They believe that the harbingers watch over them from the sky, where they receive the teachings of the Raven and ascend to pass this message along. The harbingers hold a powerful sway over the souls of the Arakoa. They use magical pendants, which we need. Attract one of the harbingers by slaying its flock and taking their claws. Place the claws upon the altar to get his attention. 6 Runok claws is in the Runok Oracle Circle to summon Harbinger of the Raven. Kill it and return the pendant. Interesting. Let's get a quest from the big tree guy here. Or 2 quests. Also good. Little Embers. Northeast of here, on the plateau above us, lies the burnt ashes of my ancient home. A great wood flourished there before the Burning Legion sent their imps to burn us away. So many died that even centuries later, my tired old heart hungers for revenge. There are too many of them for us to ever reclaim the land, but you can make them afraid. Surely you will help me. Mosswood the Ancient wants to kill 8 Scorch Imps in return to Ruined. Okay. And another. From the Ashes. If you follow the road east and up the side of the mountain, then turn north, you come to my long-lost home. Once there was a wood there. Its name is forgotten. Long ago, the Burning Legion summoned scorched imps and other creatures of flame. My home was destroyed and my people fled. Now only I remain. I've saved some iron root seeds that could be planted in fertile volcanic soil. Their magic is strong. Do this for me, and I'll share with you the treasures of a forgotten age. Plant iron root seeds in 3 different locations. Fertile volcanic soil. Okay. Quest item. There's actually 2 quests here.
How are you?
From Commander Hefis Stonewall, representing Sylvanar's interests, which has been accommodating, allowing the Horde to travel through here. Gives me the willies. A date with Dorgok. Good. I've seen you around, and I mean to speak to you about a matter of some importance. The reports coming in, and for some reason, the Bloodmaw Ogres are planning an offensive against Sylvanar and Runeweald. We don't know who or what is pushing them to do this, but I intend to nip their plan in the bud. Bloodmaw Camp is where the attacks are to be staged from. Head northwest, down the ramp, out of Runeweald, you will find it, which will kill their leader, Dorgok. Okay. That might be the other named ogre we saw earlier.
Be good.
So we can do that.
Greetings.
Crush the Bloodmaw Camp. I've heard that you've done us more than proud in the fight against the ogres thus far. I would ask that you face them again, but to crush the ogres at Bloodmaw Camp. To get down there, head northwest, down the ramp, out of Runeweald. You'll find them at the base of the ramp. Slay 10 Bloodmaw Maulers, 5 Bloodmaw Warlocks. Easy enough.
Light bless you.
How are we doing on quest space? Perfectly fine. And another quest.
Is there trouble?
Culling the Wild. The number of atrocities committed by the Burning Legion is countless. Even as we speak, they send their Legion forces against the creatures of this land. Helpless to defend against their power, they fall one by one. Eric Erickson, help me stop these crimes of nature. Destroy all which they corrupt. Over the hill, east of here, you'll see the corruption spreading across Bladed Gulch. Kill the ones causing the crime, the fell corruptors. And as many fellsworn as you can. 4 fellsworn Scalewings, 4 fellsworn Daggermaw, and 2 fell corruptors. Not particularly crazy amounts for any of these quests, which is nice. It's nice and simple. I love how they're all talking about, oh, go up and down the ramps and all that. I can just fly, so it's fine. Yeah, that's a lot more we can work with. Yeah, these are yellow group quests. Alright. And we can get back towards this area very easily since there's a flight path here. Nothing about taking out the worm cult guys. I guess we are going to try to negotiate first, so that would not lend very well to our negotiations if we just killed everybody. How do I want to use my Hearthstone here? I want to head back. Do something. To the bank, at least. How long of a flight would it be back there?
What brings you here?
I want to go to the auction house, maybe. That'd be a while, too. Hour cooldown a lot. I want to go to the bank to look at some of the gear we have in there. We don't really have anything we need to bring to the auction house right now. I think we're just fine just banking.
Good luck.
We're just gonna teleport, it's fine. And we wrapped. Back to Shatrath. I guess the question of if we want to go to the auction house kind of depends on what we have in our mailbox here. Expired, 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 expired. Not ideal. Yeah, these are all weird. I put it in for a more regular price, but apparently it's still a weird price. Serpent Flesh is not doing very good at all. Neither of these. I'll stick everything. That desperately requires another scan to see if a more reasonable price has been put in. We did not try to sell these for 400 gold. It was like 30. Maybe that's still too much. It's really hard to say. The serpent flesh and the scrolls can just be sold to a shop somewhere. Got all these daily quests we could look at. I think I mostly want to work on doing the quests in the various zones first, though. Because we don't even know of a lot of locations the daily quests are probably going to send us to, so
Each day is a blessing.
probably not the best plan. No use for these scrolls of intellect. Literally do nothing for us. This hasn't sold at all twice. And this is a gray item, so that's fine.
Remember the lessons of the past.
To the bank.
The Naru have not forgotten us.
Got an extra potion here. Ores and such. A lockbox. We're doing very well on cloth. And it's also looking nice. We can shrink down
Your
these
days be long,
motes of
and
earth.
your hardships few.
Save some space here.
Open your heart to the light.
Nice. Bit of ore there. These are quest items, don't want to bank those. We're pretty much good on that front. Let us take out all of our various gear we have in here. Let's see what we're working with. This shield is just strictly worse, basically. It's got more stuff going for it, but if you compare the stuff that actually matters here, the Fel Iron Shield has 200 more armor, 15 more block, more strength, more stamina. It's really the only thing that this has going for it is the effect, which you don't really use. We got the Hell Reaver in here, just because it's really cool. That's also probably why I have the Honed Void Axe here. So put this back on. We'll put this on the cool items section. We got plenty of space in here, so that's all fine.
Be well.
Let's look at what we have here. These are all soulbound. Yep. So for our dual wielding options, we have the Hungering Bone Cudgel and the Wolf Hewer's Axe. Both pretty solid. Bone Cudgel's probably a bit better. Yeah, they're both good. Agility, stamina, and strength equivalent. This one doesn't have any agility and lower just base damage per second. This one has a slower speed. So either way would be fine. An interesting setup. Probably still just worse than the quill, though. And then we have our hit rating gear. When we switched our talents around, we lost some hit rating kind of things. I think we had precision for hit chance. And there was also weapon mastery for getting dodged less, something like that. So, all in all, our hit rating has gone down slightly. So the question becomes, is using any of these worth the loss of other stats? If these were better, we would have already had them on. So for this necklace slot, we would lose 12 attack power, 24 stamina, and 15 agility. Nope, we would get a little bit of agility back. More agility is actually not too bad, honestly. 0 stamina on this one, though. For 13 hit rating. Look at the hit rating here. 8 hit rating gives an additional hit chance of 0.5%. So 16, 15 or so hit rating for 1%. We don't need a huge amount of extra hit rating, but a little bit would be nice at this point. Looks like this disenchants into one of those shards that has a overvalued price on it currently. This one right here. So for this one, we would gain agility, lose a bit of attack power, and lose a lot of stamina for 13 hit rating. For this back, it would be +2 armor, -2 agility, -5 stamina, -2 attack power for 14 hit rating. So that's not as huge of a difference in the base stats here. It's slightly worse agility, slightly worse stamina, slightly worse attack power for the hit rating. I think this was a short cape, though, unfortunately. Don't like the short capes. But for the hit rating, that's a maybe. For this head slot, it would replace our silly mana restore helmet with less armor, less strength, less stamina, but it has agility instead of the strength, basically, and the hit rating. So that's not a bad idea. We would lose 18 strength, but gain 22 agility and the hit rating. So of the ones I've seen so far, that seems to be a pretty reasonable idea. We lose the intellect, which does nothing, and the mana restore, which does nothing also. Trading nearly 1-for-1 strength to agility isn't too bad either. So I could definitely work with that. So that's a good contender. And then these gloves here. They are plate instead of leather, so way more armor. Similar value between the strength and the attack power. I think we've just figured out the critical strike rating is actually better than agility. So these are actually better for the agility part there too. No stamina though. So again, we would lose a ton of stamina using these. Let's compare total stats here. 180.2 and 21.86. 177 and 22.53. That's a decent additional crit chance. The stamina is still fine. What's the agility doing for us? It's only increasing the crit chance by a bit. Whereas strength is increasing attack power by a lot more. $180. 177. But again, also, hit rating. Massive increase. 1.84%. Apparently this caps out, depending on what you're fighting. You want like up to 9% at high level raids, I think it was. But we're not really getting that far. It's like 3% would probably be fine for us at this point. A little bit more than we had. And that's another thing we need to consider here. Yes, our damage per second went down, but our crit chance went up, and our crits do a lot of extra stuff, and we're going to hit more often, in theory. So if we lose a percent or so damage per second, but gain a percent hit rating, it's pretty much a wash, basically. And also, we can get rid of the mana restore helmet. Back to the classic this helmet look. We've had many of these in the past. The agility is very nice here. Our agility is above our strength with this setup, so that's something. Let's see what happens when we put on these. 177.5, 22.53. Again, minus a little bit of damage per second, because that's less attack power. And equivalent, strength equivalent attack power, basically. But this increases hit rating and critical strike rating. It's like its crit chance up to 23%. Hit rating is up to 2.5%. That's definitely better. We do lose quite a bit of stamina with this one, though. Like, nearly 300 health. Which is weird. Because these are plates. I guess it makes up for the health with having more armor here. So, we have 300 less health. But damage taken is reduced by 30.73 instead of 28. So, basically 2% more damage reduction for a bit more than 2% on the health. 2% would be more in the 180 health loss range. But then again, more hit rating, more crit rating, so we do more damage, so the fights last less time anyways. There is a lot of options here. The absolute maximum efficiency is going to vary wildly based on what you're fighting to. Since if something has more burst damage, or more sustained damage, or you kill it fast enough it doesn't do its special attack or anything, there's a lot to consider. if we put this on. Yeah, this one was one I was feeling pretty okay about, except for the just everything about it. But another 14 hit rating. Let's see what happens to the stats here. 177, 23.13. Yeah, that's barely any change. Crit chance went down slightly. But the hit rating is now 3.3%. The main problem with hit rating is now we have to worry about exactly where it's at and trying to manage which slots we have hit rating in. It's pretty awkward. And what about this necklace? More agility, which is actually pretty good. Less attack power. No stamina, again, for 13 hit rating. Does get more armor from having the agility, though. 176. But 23.3% and 4.1%. I don't know if you can see either of these. So we just put on all of the hit rating stuff we had. We're now looking like this. 176, 23.3, 4.1, 30.8. When previously we were at 180, 0.5, 21.8, 28.73. So we definitely take a little less damage. Also, our health is at 8,000 with this. It's 8,600. Not a huge loss. 6-ish% maybe. But we also take less damage. And we crit slightly more. Also, our damage per second goes down pretty significantly. But our hit rating increases significantly, so. It is all sorts of a question here. They're both probably fine. Probably something in the middle would also be great. $176. 108. It's really not that big of a difference. 3-4%. But then the crit chance is higher. And the hit chance is higher. It's like 3-4% less damage per second. Not even that. 2-3%. But 4% more. Oh, 3.7% more hit rating, and more crit, and more armor. Less health. We're just gonna go with this. Are we going to be able to feel a difference? Not too likely.
May the light embrace you.
But I will put all this other stuff back in here for now. Just in case everything doesn't feel like it's working right. I could go with just the bigger cape, though. Because I really don't like the small capes. I'm going with the big cape.
Be kind to those less fortunate.
It just looks better.
Warm wishes to you.
Everything's similar enough we can get away with the cape here. 3.3. It's probably still fine. All of this is probably fine. We still look like a complete disaster. Nothing matches at all. That's okay. We were really coasting on having our talents get us all the hit chance we needed. Without that, we need to work a little bit more here. Last thing I want to check out here is threat from above. The Barrier Hills. Nope, that's not quite right. The actual in the Barrier Hills. Looks like we might have been there already. There's just an upper area here. Is it? Above it to the northwest. Yeah, oh wait, we've never been here. This is the Barrier Hills. It is right up above Shattrath City. Amazing. Level 71 guy here. So we're looking for. Wow, they just live up they just live right above the Aldor area, huh? That doesn't seem safe. Headsler level 72. Oh boy. 71 elite. Soul Reaper. Oh no. There should be a Son of Gruul in here. That's what they said they wanted from here. There he is. Slag. He's just right up here. Above the city. Wacky. You would think Shattrath would want to have taken care of this already. Apparently it's fine. Well, 71 elite just mixed in there. Oh boy. Oh no, there's an ore here. How safely can we grab this ore? There's all 70s. Oh, there's multiple ores. Okay. Yes. Please, all the guys, all the level 70 pluses standing around that fire, please don't mind me. Maybe we'll just come up here every time we come back to Shattrath. It's gonna be full of adamant ores all over here. My goodness. Not gonna hear me complaining about this. Well, 72 base guys though, my goodness. See, this is the location where we would need all this additional hit chance. Because they're level 72. That's crazy that this is just here. Just right over the town. My goodness. There's another adamant. Down, though. You guys got a cave or something? Doesn't look like it. Any caves nearby here either? Came over to Zangarmarsh. Could be in there then. Yeah, we got a lot of ores down. Let's find this Zangarmarsh cave. Here it is. Yeah, it's just a cave full of little 60s. I can hit in here and head into the Fungor Cavern. Some marsh treasures. Oh, we've messed around in Fungor Cavern. Some fungus guys. Some fun guys. There's more over there. Parkour. These guys are only level 62. Compared to the level 72s we just saw outside, this is nothing. It's gonna mostly be leaving me alone. Do I want to jump all the way down there? It's fell iron. Yeah. We'd probably have to fight our way out. Or is it up? It's up, actually. Let's not jump down there to go up. It's not a great strategy. I'm surprised how close we can get to these without them worrying about it. There it goes. Well, you better watch out now. I have a much higher hit chance. There we get some money. There it is. What do you think you're doing? And it's already done. They're just fighting the little spore guys in there. Lord Clack. I think we've been here. That sounds familiar. Yeah, there's all the spawns. Okay. Hi, spore guys. I've still got your shield. Don't worry. Just casually leaving. We got a moonstone too. Fun. Yeah, that was pretty productive. Checking out this location. Just casually getting ourselves piles and piles of ore. This is going to the bank. And then right above here is stuff 10 levels higher. My goodness. What a place. What a place. Always fun finding some more ores, though. It's always nice. The Barrier Hills. Look at the size of their axes, my goodness. It's a fell iron deposit. Looks like it's back in the cave. Yeah, you'd think this would be more concerning, being right next to the town. I guess it's fine. So here's a weird little light. Cool. And it's conveniently right next to the place we can actually be. Instead of Scryer's area. What? Does Scryer's tier have any use? This way you can just fly straight to the cool upper area. You can take the path out to a different zone. Just seems to be all the positives over here in Aldor. Seems pretty swell. You go bank all this then. Except for this fish oil, which is worth nothing. Go away. Just immediately coming in and filling up our inventory some more.
Arcanon Horus.
Some more fell iron. More motes. Up to 137 adamantite.
Safe journey.
Check our blacksmith in here. Orange. 12 bars. Not too many other options here, doesn't look like. Fel iron in yellow. Just going for every time successful level is pretty worth it. That's 8 in yellow, 8 in yellow. Yeah, this is 12 in orange. That's probably what we'd have to do. Doesn't look like we have really many other options. 7 in leather and yellow? No. Then we have some recipes in here. Those are all level 350.
Be well.
So we would need that to stay in orange for 10 levels. And 10 levels times 12 bars. I think it's 2 ores to make 1 bar, unfortunately. Yeah. That'd be more like 240 bars to get those levels. 240 ores.
Arcanon Poros.
Eh.
May your days be long.
It's okay.
And your
It's
hardships few.
But yeah. 3.3% increased hit chance. Enough for perfect? I don't think so. But it's better. And we don't even have to look at the short cape, which is always a win. We will go with that. See how it feels. Next time. Goodbye.